Hello, my name is Dr. W. Brian Bowles. I'm Superintendent of the Davis School District. Tonight we're here to say thank you to the Davis Chamber of Commerce for presenting those in the Davis School District with their Legacy Award.
I was born and raised in Bountiful, Utah, so I attended Davis Public Schools all growing up, and it had an incredible impact. It was local, full of local teachers who cared and were passionate. I had all the opportunities to do all of the things that I could have ever wanted to do.
Oh, I'm a Davis Start, graduate of Davis High School, and gosh, the time I graduated, there was probably only, 300 in the graduating class, maybe 400, but great school. Great traditions, great friends, great memories.
Well, I grew up in a little town of Syracuse. It was a rural farming town, and attended Syracuse Elementary, North Davis Junior High, and then, of course, Davis High School.
Well, I attended Bountiful High School, and Jim, of course, at that time in my life, that was the only high school on the south end of the county. The closest one to us, which was our rivalry, was Davis High School. We didn't have Viewmont, we didn't have Woods Cross, we all went to the same high school, so it was a lot of fun.
I attended Davis High School, graduating in 2001. During my senior year, I joined the Army and served for 8 years. During the middle of that, and after a deployment in Afghanistan, I switched from combat boots to high heels and decided to try a new adventure, the pageant life, and became Miss Utah 2007. It was a great role.
I was born and raised in Davis County. I went to South Clearfield Elementary and Doxey Elementary, Sunset Junior High, and graduated from Clearfield High School in 1970.
I lived in North Centerville before there were any houses off of Main Street, so that tells you a little bit about the time frame. But had the opportunity to go to Centerville Elementary School, where I now have grandkids going, and had the opportunity to be one of the first classes at Centerville Junior High, and then over to Viewmont High School.
I think probably all of us can look back to a teacher somewhere in our lives that we know made a difference to us, continues to make a difference.
Very good, very good.
Growing up in Davis County and attending Davis County schools, I'm full of memories, all the way from elementary school teachers that made a huge impact on my life to great junior high teachers and coaches who inspired me to do better things or to challenge myself and to get outside of my comfort zone and learn new things.
I always think about the teachers, you know, those that had the most influence on, and of course that was Coach Perkins, Don Perkins, who was my basketball coach. And he was a great mentor of mine. I've often told him, I saw him the other day in Bountiful, I said, you know, Don, outside of my father, you probably had more impact on my life than any other man that I've ever known.
I was laying in bed in my room, which was the front of our house out in Centerville, and all of a sudden somebody started pounding on my window. It wasn't even light outside, and I pulled back the drapes, and there was Al Flake. Come on, we're going rabbit hunting. And how many principals do you have do that to show that they really, really care? Great coaches, great people that not only through high school, but throughout my life have continued to have huge impacts. So I'm very indebted to the education system that came from Davis.
When I was a senior, we were invited to go with the Davis High Band, which has always been an incredible band. They were invited to play at a Los Angeles Rams football game, be the halftime. And because we were the Diettes, we were on the drill team, we got to go with them. So that was an adventure.
I always had teachers that expected the most out of me, and that helped me get to where I am.
I often think back, what would Mrs. Wells do? What would Mr. Birmingham do? Because they've made such an impact on my life.
Davis High was, we were all proud of it. Good students, good teachers. Harold Holt was the principal. Tom Davis was the dean of men, and we knew him quite well. And the coaches, Lee Liston, Grant Cullimore, Lynn Wilcox, teachers were great.
There were some hard classes. I remember English, Mrs. Barker. She was one of my favorites. But I saw that she had the passion for it. I loved her passion, that she would just get so excited. I hated English, but she taught me to love it because I saw her passion.
Max Harwood, who was the botany and zoology teacher at Bountiful High, called me in when I was a junior and I was playing ball, thinking I was really important in life. And he said, "Hey, Joe," he said, "look, do you want to keep playing basketball?" And I said, "Well, yeah, Mr. Harwood, I'd sure like to keep playing basketball." He says, "Then you better improve in my class." And I walked out thinking, oh, geez, I'm going to get kicked off the basketball team. And what I learned from that, Jim, was this, that, you know, even though you think things are going pretty good, you can always be better. You know, and I think that it was a simple lesson for me, but it was powerful for me. I thought, you know, I do have to improve, and I do have to be better. And so I tried to do that, and it was just that, I've asked Max about that. He lives in Bountiful. Did you remember that statement? He said, "I don't remember it at all, but I remember it very clearly." So, hey, you know, as good as you think it is, you can be better.
Education is the investment in our future. We're preparing children today for a world we don't yet even know.
When we were looking to make the decision as to where we were going to live and where our kids were going to school, it wasn't hard to come back into the Davis County School District.
The education that I received at Davis High School really prepared me to think on my feet, to make good decisions, and to be a success. Now I'm a full-time nurse.
The more education you have, the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to face the problems of life.
As a judge, I see so many people who never graduated from high school. They quit, and they're the ones that usually get into addictions and get into crime. School is the most important thing you can do. You do well in school, you usually do well in life.
Education is not just the knowledge that you gain, but it's the processes that you learn.
I actually had a very enjoyable school career. Not that my mother was terribly proud of, but one of great friends, great teachers who really influenced my life.
My deepest congratulations to the Davis County School District for receiving this wonderful award and for making such a huge difference in the lives of all those people who live in Davis County. As my old principal in Bountiful High School used to say, red and gray, go Braves. Thanks, Roland Homer.
Go Davis High and the whole school district.
I know the school song, but I don't think you want that. I just say go Falcons.
I don't cheer for one school over another. I cheer for all of them. They're all important to me.
Go Davis Darts!
No. Jump, Joe, jump was one that Lamont always tells me about. You know, get off the ground and jump about that high, you know.
The old sweaters were pretty well built. I mean, they were heavy. You didn't want to wear them too long and too much, but they are great.
Go Vikings!
Thank you, members of the Davis Chamber of Commerce. Thank you to individuals of Davis County for recognizing the growth and success of the children in Davis County and for continuing to invest in their future by supporting them and helping them to learn. And by helping them, we help ourselves. Thank you.